And we're live. Good evening, one and all. It's Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey, VA3IMW. That's my call sign. My name is Mac, Mike Alpha Charlie, and we're situated here in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. We're approaching 7 p.m., and we're going to be monitoring the VE3ZOE repeater on 443.075, and we'll be live streaming the Lake Ontario Radio Club net. Our net controller tonight, none other than VA3CJZ. His name is Chuck, and he's situated in the lower city. Anyways, we'll take a quick standby and wait for Chuck to pick up the net starting at 7 p.m. sharp. Please stand by.
We are live and on the air. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Bonsoir tout le monde et bienvenue. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. My name is Chuck, and my station is located in Hamilton at the western tip of Lake Ontario. And this net is held on behalf of the Lake Ontario Radio Club. But on Mondays, we like to call it the accidental net or the oopsie net. And, of course, that was started by accident by myself. And so I'd like to thank Terry, VE3IQL, for the use of the VE3ZOE repeater here in the Hamilton area. And with that, I hope everybody had a great day today. Currently, right now, it's 61 degrees Fahrenheit at the airport, or 16 degrees Celsius. It's a little bit warmer at my place outside the CJZ studio. It is 65 degrees and 61 at the airport. So with that, let's see if there are any time-sensitive, one and done, no traffic stations, priority portable traffic. Who wants to check in now? Please come ahead. And nothing heard. I'd like to say hi to Albert in Barrie, saying he got up to 18 degrees over there. Beautiful day. Yeah, that was just a teaser, because we're supposed to get about 7 days of rain now. So we have to pay for what we got today. Droner Wayne is there, VA3 Fox Mike Bravo. Good evening. And so with that, let's open up the net to anyone and everyone with a valid license who would like to check into the Monday Night Accidental Net. Please come now. All right, I'll break the ice. VA3IMW. VE3ZJZ. All right, very good then. 2 to start. NFG and ZJC. I haven't said that combination of letters in a while. Let's bring in Steve, VA3 November Foxtrot Golf.
Good evening, Chuck, and to all on net here and on the stream. I just got in the door about a half an hour ago and about to eat some dinner, so that's why I'm keying up and give you a check-in now. I'll be listening on the portable upstairs there while I eat my dinner. So, no traffic here tonight there, Chuck. Just a general check-in. Day off tomorrow, so I don't know what I'll be doing yet tomorrow. Depends on the weather. But from what I hear and see, it's going to be a wet one. So that means indoor sports tomorrow. Anyway. That's about it there, Chuck. Back to you, buddy. VA3CJZ, VA3IMW.
Oh, I see. I missed it at the beginning there. Are you saying you're not going out to visit anyone tonight?
I don't believe so. No, I'm off tomorrow, so I'll probably be heading to the hospital at some point tomorrow.
All right, then give Mom a big hug and a kiss for me and the gang here, and tell her we say hi, and I hope for her return soon. Okay, thanks, Steve, and you go right ahead there and bring your your HT next to your dinner. Make sure it's not a bowl of cereal that you're eating. You know, it's funny, because I have one of those coffee cups here that has a slide to close and open the mouth piece there. And every now and then, if I open the lid like fairly hard, you'll get a couple of drops of coffee that go flying out. So yeah, it's amazing how one little drop of milk or anything that gets into a tiny little hole like there is on the handy talkies for the microphone there, and just block things up. That's crazy. All right then, Steve. We'll talk to you later. And so with that, let's move over to Jason. I wonder if he's coming in from the res. VA3CJZ.
Good evening, Chuck, Steve, everybody else on net. And no, I'm not coming in from the res. Still at the QTH downtown or downtown adjacent. I did say on the Friday night issue there that I would make a concerted effort to be a little more present as much as I can and find myself with a few minutes here while I wait for the missus to get home. So I thought I would give you a check-in and listen along for as long as I could. No real other radio traffic stuff today. I did fire up the HF rig this afternoon when I got home, and lo and behold, S9 noise floor still persists. So I can't wait to get the heck out of Dodge, as they say. I'll send it back to you, sir.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear the difference there, Jason, from when you set up your station out there. Because, you know, so many people that have stations away from a busy metropolitan area always say, oh yeah, no noise here, maybe S1, S2. And you're like, man, oh, I've never seen that low of a level. Unless you go out for Poda Park somewhere, you know, not in the city. All right, very good, Jason. There's something else I wanted to ask you there. When do you get the keys?
So we close on May 6th. There's some stuff that needs to be done before hopefully get done before we move in. I'm trying to organize all of that now with the sellers and some contractors. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. The actual move-in week will be somewhere around the middle of May. And as for the noise floor, when we were hunting for houses, I absolutely had the portable HF rig in the car and had the screwdriver antenna mounted to the back to make sure I wasn't inadvertently interested or going to buy a house that had ridiculous noise floor that was of no advantage. And as far as the antennas and the shack setup, I've already got quote-unquote clearance from the boss to throw two towers up. So one will go right up against the house for HF and HF vertical and the local stuff, and then I'll have another one further off that'll have hopefully at some point, a big multi-element beam for multi-band for HF stuff. So that one will be a little longer coming. And then for getting back into ZOE, if I have to, I'll buy a 2 meter, 70 centimeter beam to get back into the city here. Anyways, I will say that's it for there. I'll let you see who else is wanted to check in here. Chuck, thanks for doing it, my friend, and I will send it back. VA3IMW, back to that.
Yeah, very good, Jason. And you know, there's always somebody selling a VHF, UHF beam. Those you don't necessarily have to buy brand new. All right, well, thanks for checking in and filling us in. Well, me anyway. I was curious. Thanks. And so have a great rest of the evening. Say hi to the missus. So that clears my list. Let's see who else is out there would like to check into the Monday night accidental net. This is Chuck in Hamilton, VA3CJZ.
VA3MHV.
All right, I hear Victor Alpha 3, Mark Hotel Victor. Mark, come on in.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody on the net. Just to check in here, Chuck. Not much going on. I just got home from a busy all-day venture to Toronto on an errand run with the roomie here. So just got home and about to dive into a bag of McDonald's. So I'm listening along, enjoying. Thought I'd give you an H, or sort of an HF, a real radio check-in, and I'll be listening along. That's all I got, Chuck. Back to you, VA3MHV.
All right, very good. Mark, I think I remember you speaking about today there. Yeah, you know, hey, listen, it could have been rainy and dreary, and I'm sure your commute would have been a lot longer if that was the case. Traffic tends to move a lot smoother when it's a nice day, so generally speaking. All right, Mark, thank you so much for your check-in, sir, and you too have a great rest of the evening. And before I do another call-out, I want to remind everyone that on Monday nights there are several nets happening. At the same time as this net, we have the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club UHF VHF nets with Marty, VE3 BQQ, running the net on the NCF repeaters. And so that's 2 meter and 70 centimeter. And at 8 p.m. we have Rick, Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilo, hosting the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club HF net. And that'll be on 7.150. We have moved from 7.100 up to 7.150, and I should be streaming that net on YouTube. My YouTube channel is my call sign, VA3CJZ. Click on the live button and you can find us there tonight. And once again, 7.150 at 8 p.m. And so with that, let's see who else would like to check into the Monday night accidental net. This is VA3CJZ looking for your check-in.
Victor Echo 3, Charlie Echo Uniform.
And there he is, Mr. Bus Driver, ex-bus driver, or maybe not ex, but retired. That's a better, there we go. Retired bus driver, VE3, Charlie Echo Uniform. Tomasz, come on in. How are you?
VA3CJZ, VA3CU, good evening, Chuck and everybody else on the net. Everything's doing all good today. And I went out for a little cycle ride today, just not a long one, but a little one. I'm a little bit bored, trying to get back into it. But, everything's doing good at this end, and just looking forward to nicer days, and, so how are you doing, Chuck?
Oh, very good, Tom. Yeah, my day started off with a visit to my doctor's appointment, doctor's office to do a diabetes follow-up and talk about some of my tests that I've just had and talk about new tests that I'm me busy, those guys, I tell you. Getting poked and prodded pretty much, well, not everywhere, but you know, you get what I mean. But it was a lovely day here. I think we reached 69 degrees Fahrenheit there, Tom. And so super nice, but as I mentioned earlier, we're going to pay for it now for the next several days. Back to you.
Yeah, I left the yard and it was 22 in the backyard. It was really, really nice. And, yeah, it was really nice. Unfortunately, yeah, you're right. We're going to have to pay for it. We're going to see some thunderstorms, a little bit cooler temperatures. But, no, it's a roller coaster. I'd rather have a roller coaster than, you know, it's cold all the time. So, let's help you do at this end there, Chuck. You turn the radio on and oh, a nice snapshot tonight. I've got to join in. It's been a while. I'll say 73 to you, and I'll sit here and let's come on. Thank you for doing the Chuck. So, VA3.
Okay, Tom, I think you were a little rough getting into the repeater there, but I can hear you on direct. You're an S2. S2 to me on direct, and so I can't wait for the repeater to get some improvements done, and we can benefit from a 360-degree area instead of just locally. Excuse me. Okay, thanks for your check-in, Tom. Have a great rest of the evening. A big shout-out to Matt, VA3 Sierra Mike November, joining us on the YouTube stream. And we have Solar Newbie Al wants to get checked in as well. Absolutely. Good evening, gentlemen. And with that, let's see who else would like to do an RF check-in on the Monday night Accidental Net. Please come now.
VA3 LBI.
VE3 LBI, Larry, come on in. Hey, listen, I heard you catching John there earlier. Did you hear me make the announcement on ZOE about that?
Did I hear you? Sorry, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry.
Okay, VE3 Yankee Oscar Alpha was on, I think, 20 meters this afternoon. And I made contact with him, and then I came over here, and I made an announcement that John was at the Scourge activating the park, and then when I went back and listened, you keyed up right away, like 30 seconds later. So that's why I'm asking, Larry. Quite the coincidence.
Yeah, it must have been, because, yes, no, I didn't have didn't have this radio turned on until a couple minutes ago. I worked them down at Scourge, and I worked them out at the, what's the salt fleet, wetlands out there. He was out that way. I worked them both locations. Vineland Conservation or land out there. I forget the name of it exactly, but I worked them in both locations on 20 meters.
Yeah, well, how about that, eh? That's crazy. And no one else, I guess, was listening to ZOE at the time because I didn't hear anybody come in and give him a check-in there. So, yeah, I was picking him up. Fantastic. And so when he took my call, he was like, I guess he saw where I lived, and he goes, have we made contact before? And I said, once before. I said, this is our second time. So, yeah. But other than that, the conditions were rough, Larry, for me. I was, like I said, I was out all morning there doing the doctor's thing and whatnot. But I made a couple of contacts this afternoon, and then it got super, super rough. Couldn't hear anybody.
I didn't have any problem when I got on. It's called the Vinemount Wetland Conservation Area. That's where he was on his second location. He was so. Yeah, I caught him at that one too. No, I didn't have any problem making any contacts. everything was good and clear here today. So a little bit of QSB, not like it's been where you'd be 5-9 and then 5-0. So no, made quite a few contacts this afternoon.
Okay, because things were rough for me. I tried tuning in to the nickel belt net there at 1:30, 2 o'clock. Couldn't hear anybody. And then on 7.255, the eCars net, couldn't hear anybody. Every now and then you could hear a voice pop in there, just over the noise floor, that's it. Yeah, horrible conditions. I'm surprised. Larry, I don't know what it is between you and I, but it could be snowing up at your house, and I've got clear skies here with all my grass showing, and vice versa. With the rain, you got cats and dogs. I got I got birds chirping and sunshine, and so the same thing goes for radio conditions too. I think, man, that's crazy. It was. I'd like to hear who else tonight. Maybe Mac can tell us how band conditions were for him there, but he doesn't get home until dinner time, so it's not really fair to judge by that. But in any case, yeah. All right, Larry. Well, thanks for that, and thanks for your check-in. Anything else?
No, that's it. Including John, I made 15 contacts this afternoon, all over. Mostly nothing California way, but all down south. So, by the way, did you happen to see the picture of in Australia of the skies? They're going to get hit with a cyclone, and the skies went completely red.
Oh no, but I did see a video on Instagram about fire trucks were out putting out bushfires near property, and then the wind shifted, and it blew right through right where they were. They left one truck there with a dash cam on, and it filmed that when the fire crossed over the road and just burned everything within 1 minute. So yeah, they're having a rough time there.
Yeah, apparently the red sky is caused because of dust. So, anyways, yeah, they don't know whether the cyclone's going to hit them or around them, but the last little while they've had red skies. Kind of interesting. So, okay, that's it. Like I said, I made 15 contacts, including the 2 with John this afternoon. So 13 outside of him, mostly in the States. But yeah, anyways, I didn't have any problem at all. So, like I say, I just conditions where you are, I guess, Chuck. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, and I even heard someone saying, did we get hit by a CME? So I know I'm not imagining things. It was not normal, but oh well, you have the luck of the Irish then, I guess, Larry. Location also helps. Okay, very good. So we'll clear with Larry, and let's see who else is out there would like to check into the Monday Night Net. This is VA3CJZ, Chuck in Hamilton.
Victor Echo 3, Sierra Mike November.
Speaking of the Irish, well, there's another one now. VE3 Sierra Mike November. Matt, come on in.
Haha, Jeremy Timbers. I don't even know if that's Irish. Hello, everyone on net. Hello, Chuck. And hello, everyone on the stream. Just out in the car, heading for coffee. And I wanted to get in there and say hello.
All right, then. Hello back. And you know what else I'm going to ask of you is to say hello to the gang for me. And talk about how nice it was today. Back to you.
I will certainly do that. I do that every time you ask me. And sometimes even when you don't. I said, hey guys, Chuck says hi. Yes, the weather, fantastic today. It was nice. We had all the shop doors open, a nice breeze blowing through. It couldn't have been any better. And I know there's some rain coming, which is just fine because I still have a lot of mud on my truck to get rid of. I'm kind of looking forward to a nice evening drive tomorrow if it's still coming down.
Yeah, we can't do much about it, so there you go. You're coming in at an S4 on direct, Matt. I don't know exactly where you are there, but the repeater was giving you a little bit of noise, so I just went direct. I can pretty much hear everyone on direct that checks in here, so yeah, very good. So yeah, drive safe and enjoy your evening. Matt, anything else?
No, that's all for me, Chuck. I'm on the East Mountains, probably, well, I'm very near Upper Ottawa and Mohawk right now. And we'll be heading further east shortly, so the signal will improve. But that's probably why I'm a little stretchy right now. Everyone, hello and goodbye, 7-3. And enjoy this weather while we got it. And we'll talk to you all soon. Victor Echo 3 Sierra Mike November.
Okay, Matt, take care, and we'll talk to you later. Who else is out there would like to check into the Monday night accidental net? Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey.
Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey. Mac, come on in.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody else on net, on the live stream as well. Speaking of live stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you a penny, and it helps us all. Anyways, beautiful day today. Mother Nature outperformed my expectations by about 5 degrees. So, yeah, 20 degrees Celsius. Drove home with the windows down just because I could. Anyways, it's a beautiful Monday evening. So many nets, so little time. But yeah, we'll certainly save a few minutes to pop in and say hello to Marty at the tail end of this. And then I think I'm going to try 80 meters to say hello to Randy. VA3 X-Ray Victor, I think is call sign, up in the eastern part of the province with the net. The daily net on 80 meters, 37.60. No, that's not. The dot's in the wrong place. 3763.760. And he's got a really, really cool antenna set up. You can hear pin drop if you sneeze on your radio on 80 meters. Anyways, and we'll see if we can hear Rick. Yeah, it definitely a good move for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club 40-meter net to move up to a frequency where most of our antennas are a little bit more resonant. So that's probably one reason why he's hearing a lot more stations participating. And then secondly, it opens up further activity south of the border. Anyways, other than that, never mind the temperature gauge. A couple of days of this, that, and the other. Mother Nature's just figuring out which pair of knickers goes with which top. Speaking of which, I did check space weather, and we did have an X-class flare, which hit at 0330 UTC. So that would have been 11:30 p.m. last night. So there may be some little dregs of this and that left over, but from my limited activities after getting home from work, I would say inside of half an hour I had not less than 8 contacts, most on 20 meters, and things were working fairly well in the states that I would expect it to. No DX, but yeah, propagation, not so bad. Back to you, Chuck.
Okay, well, I was on, now that you mentioned the time frame there, I was on between 2 and 3-ish, maybe 3:30. And, yeah, it could have been just the time of day, you know. Sometimes we get a change in propagation there just for a little while, and then it comes back up. So, all right, thanks for sharing that. And like I said, I had quite a few things to do there today, so I got on just to see. But yeah, I couldn't hear the net controller on e-cars for the whole time. And then, of course, the nickel belt net, I couldn't hear anybody. And so, yeah. Oh, well. C'est la vie. Anyhow, Matt, thank you so much for filling us in there on your experience with the band conditions. And, yeah, hope everybody enjoys the day today. That's for sure. I did manage to go out and, oh, geez, I could see a robin that was coming in to feed out of our little bird fountain there. And, of course, the squirrels are chasing each other all over the place. I'm thinking some baby squirrels will be happening soon. And then we'll be seeing the mamas come looking for food. So anyways, yeah, it's very pleasant to hear and see the wildlife. Back to you.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Everything comes crawling out of where they've nested for the wintertime. And springtime, the young fella's hearts turn to love, or whatever you want to call it. Propagation, I guess. They have their own propagation to worry about. Yeah, and it's nice to see some of the birds. Anyways, I'm looking forward to the return of the cardinals to our neighborhood. And yeah, we've had a couple of years where the blue jays have attempted to come and roost in this area. And thankfully, the cardinals are territorial enough that they do chase them away. Because blue jays may be nice to look at, but they're as noisy as hell. And it's just not something I want in the neighborhood. So I was here first, and there was no blue jays around when I moved in. Anyways, so good to hear Jason being excited about his upcoming move outside of the city limits. And you said you don't say those letters very often. Well, you say them all the time. You just don't say them in the same order. Anyways, that's about it for now. And we'll be listening along, obviously, till the tail end of this. And then we'll carry on the stream when we pop over to say hi to Marty. I'll wish you 7 threes, Chuck. Thanks for doing this one. Certainly appreciate the mistakes you've made.
Yeah, there's an upside to this oopsie, and that is that we get to get together and chat for a little bit on Monday night. Okay, Mac, thank you so much for all that, and for streaming as well. And what's today? Monday. Yeah, so tomorrow night we will have the regular Lake Ontario Radio Club net at 7 p.m. right here on the VA3ZOE repeater. Not sure if who the net controller will be, but someone will be the net controller. And so with that, let's see who else is out there would like to check into tonight's net. This is VA3CJZ looking for check-ins.
Yes, for NFL. VE3, every kind of junk.
All right, 2 more there. We got NFL and EKJ. Let's bring in Solar Newbie, VA3 NFL. Al.
How's it going, Chuck? Oh, wow. So you're feeding the birds too?
No, I just we got a little bucket with some pebbles in there to keep it from blowing in the wind, and I just throw some sunflower seeds in there. We had trouble with rodents making the rounds through the backyard, and so I haven't started I do feed them once in a while in the summertime, and I have to hang the bird feeder on a string because the damn squirrels try and get to it. And so a little bit of what do they call that, paracord, and the squirrels can't tightrope
These little buggers all winter long. The blue jays. I threw some peanuts because I remember a buddy up there, up number 6. He goes, "What's this, Al?" His wife come out, threw some peanuts, the shelled peanuts, and holy Hannah, all these blue jays showed up. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a go. Lo and behold, so, a couple days later, I started seeing them. Got a couple cardinals, the little fellows, the sparrows. But the blue jays, they're pressed. So blowing. But they don't mess around with the starlings when they fly in here either. But those little buggers cost me money.
Yeah, it wouldn't be so bad if, like even the birds do it, but the squirrels basically just dump everything out of if they can, they'll take off with it even, but they'll just dump your bird feeder and then, eat off the ground there. And, yeah, you keep having to refill it all the time. So, yeah, I know the dilemma. And as far as blue jays go, they are known as one of the most aggressive birds in the area, and they're big. They are a big bird. And speaking of big birds, I saw a blackbird in the yard out my window today, and it had some kind of blue around the eye. So what is that? That's not a crow, right? That's just a blackbird?
Yeah, but it's just blackbird. I got these out back. Got my barbecue on the deck. These are two little buggers. Yeah, it's the sparrows, but they're red at the same time, halfway up. Oh, buggers keep trying to make a nest on my damn barbecue.
Oh, yeah, they find the most, inappropriate places to make nests, yeah. Inside your shed, inside an old tire, in your barbecue. Oh, yeah, underneath the hood of your car if it's parked there for a long time.
Yeah, 26 years I've been up here. I never had that problem. So the way, if it's not windy, you leave the damn cover open because they keep coming back. They must make 100 frickin' trips. I don't know. Hey, let's love what they're doing, but they're driving me crazy. So, other than that, oh yeah, had one squirrel. Seen him this winter, and I've never had squirrels up here. I seen one. He's up here chowing away out front of the house, and I haven't seen him since.
Oh, yeah. Huh. Who knows? Speaking of bird nests, we usually have a robin's nest up on our front porch. It's a covered porch, and it's got those posts, right? And part of the post is exposed on the inside there where the roof covering is, and they go up top there, and they nest up there. So, yeah, we don't mind that. We love the wildlife.
Oh yeah, I love nature. And last 15 years, I call them Fred Nuffles, Canada geese, Canadian geese, whatever. They always land on my back shed, and they just squawk to beat hell for a couple of weeks, and then they fire off, and then they come back. I love nature. I know when spring hits, because they always show up. So, life's good.
Yeah, and it's fairly quiet on our front porch. I mean, we don't have a ton of traffic, and it's not like we got kids running around and that to disturb them. So they come back. We've had them for a few years now, and sometimes I've even saved some of the nests after they leave, because they never reuse the same nest. They always build another one. So. Anyways, Al, nice to hear you in there, my friend. I didn't know if you were just doing a YouTube check-in or not, but always a pleasure, sir. And anything else?
I just wanted to say bonsoir. I got up early this morning, Chris. I got up 4:30. I mean, what the hell? I'm laying there, and you can't go back to sleep. So it's still a long freaking day. I just want to get in there and say hi. Hi to everybody on that. Everybody enjoy the evening. I'll get you later. VA's for NFL.
All right, you heard it first from the mayor of Grassy. Thanks, Al. Always a pleasure. Have a great rest of the evening. Next, let's turn over to Bill, I think it is, VA3EKJ. Bill, come on in.
Okay, Chuck. I was just chuckling there hearing someone from Grassy. I grew up in Topleytown. We considered Grassy one of our suburbs. And I vividly remember the Grassy airport, too. That was pretty cool. Not a heck of a lot to talk about here. I was out and did a doctor's appointment, and they assured me that I'm still alive. So I guess I don't have to worry about that. And they got to get their billing for checking me out. So they get to get paid. So everybody's happy, I suppose. And it was a lovely day to get out, though. You know, the temperature hit 20 degrees out here. It was quite comfortable. Didn't have to have a big winter coat on. Just had a denim jacket. So it was actually good to get out and stretch my legs. You know, when you're stuck inside for so long over the cold months. So that's about it here at my end. Tomorrow, I got to go up to H&R Block and have them do my taxes. And I will assure them that I'm so pleased with the honest and efficient way the government will spend my taxes. I really want to give them some more, Chuck.
Well, you know, when you're a favorite return customer, you know, they count on your business. So, but anyways, that's funny. Yeah, I had a doctor's appointment today too, but it was for a diabetes follow-up, and I just gave blood, a week ago, and so the results came in, and so that was early in the morning, around 9 o'clock, 9:30, and geez, by the time I got out of there, I didn't need my toque or any gloves or anything, and it was very pleasant. So, speaking of doctors, I retired 3 doctors last year. Well, one of them is not a doctor, and one of them is a nurse, but she was my diabetes specialist. And so my family physician retired from family practice, and I believe she went into autism medicine, and so she's gone for me. And then my back surgeon, my back specialist, he retired from what he was doing to move into a different medical department. And then, of course, my diabetes nurse makes 3. So I got 3 new physicians this year.
There, we left the machine ID itself. Wow, it sounds like you're employing a bunch of them. They'll be able to send their kids to university. We're doing our part then, I guess, Chuck. Oh, well. Right now my dog is staring at me here. I know what's in her mind. She would like me to open up a bag of potato chips. You know, because I don't snack as often as she would like. But when I do snack, I do, of course, share with her. So as far as she's concerned, I should always be snacking. When I'm not, she gets a little disappointed, Chuck. Your dog's like that too?
Well, first of all, let's see if your dog recognizes the sound of a chip bag from the radio. So, oh, some chips. Any reaction there, Bill?
No, the dog ignored it, but the cat was in. I think the cat thinks that was a bag of cat treats.
So you did hear it. Okay, very good. I just thought I'd try a funny there. So right on. Okay, yeah. Of course, being a pet owner involves learning body language because that's how animals communicate, especially dogs and most other animals, is with body language, and you got to be able to learn what your dog or cat is trying to convey to you. So definitely, you can tell when they're disappointed. Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right there. My cat will just sit there in the kitchen, and I'll be going back and forth, making my lunch or something. And eventually, it may take quite a while, but eventually I'll notice that she's just staring at me. And then I'll put two and two together, and I'll realize the dog's kibble bowl is empty. And she looks at the dog's kibble bowl as her food as well. So she's just waiting for me to finally wise up. And well, I guess they can't talk, any other way, so they leave it to us to finally get the right idea. I just got my soldering gun and my desolder machine here. I picked up another boat anchor a while back. It's called a Gonset G76, which is a lovely little transceiver. It's about 100 watts of CW or plate modulated AM. That's the good kind. Translates to about 400 watts PEP. And I need a power supply for it. And I just found in my junk downstairs. I don't even know what I got anymore down there. I have to go looking every time, Chuck, because I've got so much junk. And senior's memory doesn't help either. But anyhow, I was down there looking, and there was an old Drake AC4 power supply for a Drake TR4C transceiver. I have a number of them, but this one needed a lot of work. It needed its filter caps changed, and somebody had been inside it and done a lot of really dumb things. So that has to be corrected. And I looked at it and I thought, the voltages coming out of this thing are just about perfect for the Gonset. So I'm going to be adapting it. And I was on the QRZ pages, and I was looking up, and there was some talk about the Gonset G76. Apparently, for the AM guys, it's really in demand and considered unobtainium. So I don't know if I'll be getting any contacts checking into the AM nets, but at least I'll get some bragging rights, Chuck.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, you just reminded me, and I completely forgot about it. I was speaking to Rob, VE3GN, or as some of you know him as VE3ROR, and he started up a Saturday morning 2-meter sideband net. And let me get the frequency here. It's on 144.205 upper sideband on 2 meters Saturday morning, starting at 8:30 a.m. So if anybody is interested and has the capabilities, maybe check in with Rob there. And I think he kind of does a relay. He was talking about people in different grid squares, and then he sees if one person can talk to the other person in a different grid square, and so I think that's his format.
Okay. Well, the Gonset, of course, it's VFO for the HF bands, and it does 6 meters, but on that band it's crystal controlled. It's got a socket that'll take 2 different crystals for frequencies. But I do have a low-power FT817 Yaesu, which is a 5-watt rig,
which is the darling of POTA, and it's, you know, all the HF bands, as well as 6 and 2 and 440. So I can certainly do 144, 205. What time Saturdays is it, Chuck?
That starts at 8:30 a.m. and the frequency again is 144, 205 upper sideband. And so 144, 205.
Okay. I might check in. That's assuming I'm out of bed. Isn't it wonderful to be retired?
Absolutely. When it comes to getting up whenever you like, yeah, I love it. So he usually goes for an hour, sometimes 90 minutes. So you've got time to, you know, shake the cobwebs, grab a coffee, and turn the radio on.
Oh, I'm worse than that. Of course, I'm also a bit of a night owl. It's not unusual for me, 12:30, 1 o'clock a.m., to be still on my computer. But, you know, usually I'm out of bed about 8:30, 9 o'clock, unless I have an appointment, or unless some damn fool bangs on my door with a delivery. And then my dog goes off making a huge pile of noise. She's the loudest doorbell you can imagine. And yet she loves everybody. You know, if she actually came face to face with them, well, especially since an Amazon guy had treats for her one time. So she makes a lot of noise, but she calms down really quick. She loves them all because there might be more treats. So, I don't know, but I was thinking of changing her name from Ella, for Ella Fitzgerald, that she's been all her life. Going to change her name to Andrea, after the mayor, Chuck, because she's a noisy bitch too.
Yeah, and now because of her, we now have to pay for parking on Sundays.
Yeah, and I got a flyer in my mailbox from the city telling me that they're not going to keep rolling the water payments on my residential taxes. They're going to have the electricity company also bill me for the water. And I'm wondering, does that mean that I'll see an equivalent amount deducted from my residential taxes? Somehow, I don't think so.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, listen, Bill, I'd like to close up the net soon so that I can go over and say hi to Marty on these NCF repeaters. So if you don't mind, let's wrap it up.
No problem. 73s to everybody. And I'll keep sniffing the solder fumes here and teasing my dog. VA3CJZ, VA3KJ.
All right, Bill, thanks for your check-in. Let's see who else is out there. This is the last call for the Monday Night Net. Who else would like to check in? Please come now. Okay, nothing heard. So tonight we got 11 check-ins with Bill as number 11. And I'd like to thank everyone who checked in with me tonight, either on the radio or on YouTube. Thank you, Mac, for streaming the net, VA3IMW. And so we're going to be moving over to the NCF repeaters and checking in with Marty. So long for now. We'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Someone will be here. And on Wednesday, I will be hosting the A-Reg net one more time. Excuse me, at 8 p.m. on 2 meters, 146.430 at 8 p.m. And I will be streaming the net. Also, VA3CJZ is my YouTube channel. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the evening. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, Chuck in Hamilton saying 7-3.
All right, Monday night extra content. We're going to slip over to the NCF repeater and follow along with Marty to watch him close up the net.
Pretty nice day today. Got a lot warmer than they said it was going to. The clouds have moved in. I gather we're in for some rain this evening and tomorrow, but a pretty nice day on the phone. Hope you had a good one, Marty. VA3CRF. We sure did. It was wonderful, wonderful. I went for a walk and I had a little spin on the bike, so took full advantage of the nice warm weather. Anyway, well, thanks for the check-in, and we'll hope you get home before any rain moves in. Over. Sounds good, Marty. Thanks for doing the net. Hope you have a good week. VA3CRF. All right. Any other check-ins? Please call now.
VA3IMW.
Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. Victor Echo 3, Victor Yankee Tango. Hey, just before you checked in, Chuck, somebody else started the call. The first caller there, not CJZ, not VYT, the other guy. Please give me your call.
Good evening, Marty. It's the other guy, VA3IMW.
Okay, Mac, very good. All right, we'll start with VA3CJZ. Go ahead, Chuck. Oh, Marty, I would have been okay if you would have taken the other guy first, but I'll jump in there real quick and say hi. Not sure if you're going out for coffee tonight, but I'm sure the guys will be chatting about how beautiful a day it was. And I was out bright and early, had a doctor's appointment, and so I got to enjoy nice, comfortable temperatures at 9 a.m. And, of course, throughout the day. Kept going outside in my backyard on my deck and, enjoying the warm weather. I know it's short-lived, but I'll take it, and we'll have to wait for the next gorgeous day. Anyhow, Marty, I won't tie it up. Thank you so much for doing this net. I'll send it back to you. Hey, thanks a lot, Chuck. Good to hear you, and glad you enjoyed the nice warm weather and took good advantage. All right, VE3 CJZ will be clear. VA3 CJZ will be clear, and listening for VE3 of Victor Yankee Tango. Ed. Good evening. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Yeah, beautiful day out here in East Oakville today. 20 degrees. I spent a good part of it sitting on the porch out back reading books. And then I went up for a hike, and my pace counter said I did 6,100 steps. So I was all excited about that. Let me see, what else is new? Well, I guess what would be that my son's decided to take an interest in amateur radio, and he's signed himself up for a course, and he's actually doing the course from 7 till 8 tonight. So I'll be interested to see how it went. It's the second lesson for the basic license there. So that's all I got to report. Back to you, Marty, VE3 VYT. Oh boy, well that's great, Ed. I'm really happy to hear that, and I guess you'll be able to help him along the way if he has any questions and share the enthusiasm. So that's wonderful. All right, we'll be clear with you, Ed, VE3VYT, and standing by for Mac, VA3IMW. Go ahead.
Good evening, Marty, and all on net. Also, just to let you know, we're carrying over our live stream, so you're a rock star tonight. Anyways, just a gorgeous day. I'm sure you've heard that over and over and over again. Looking forward to saying it a lot more. But nonetheless, I think Mother Nature is finally deciding what she wants to do with us. And we'll have to be very, very graciously accepting of what comes along, because the wet stuff in April makes things smell nice, and they look pretty good too. The Mayflowers, that is. Anyways, what else? You're coming up against the tail end of your net. So I won't hold it, Marty. Just thank you very much for what you're doing. Certainly appreciate your commitment to the ham radio community. Back to you.
Okay, I'm going to do something that Larry wanted to do. Larry mentioned there was a guy at Iroquois Heights who is into POTA and quite excited about it, but he doesn't know anything about you guys. So Larry was telling about it, but Larry didn't know the call sign. Well, I did talk to the guy a little while ago, when he was on at Iroquois Heights, and here's his call. His name is John. His call Victor Echo 3 Yankee Oscar Alpha VE3YOA. Did you copy that, Mac?
Yes, I've had numerous contacts with John. We got to know each other by him working me on various HF frequencies on various activations. So if he's over at Iroquois Heights, I'm almost tempted to drive over there and shake his hand. But if he's still on the air, we'll make sure that we track him down.
He's not on there now. He was on there a couple of days ago. I said to him, he was booming in. Of course, I'm just a stone's throw away. And I said to him, I could throw a stone from my house and hit you. He says, please don't. Anyway, we had a little chat there, and yeah, he's very excited about POTA. Anyway, glad to hear him back. So you know about him, and that's all we need to do. All we need to do. So 73 now, and thanks for the check-in.
Yep, roger that. And I think I've already mentioned that the third weekend of April we'll be doing another group activation event. So probably going to be out at Valens Conservation Area. Might be a little bit of a long stretch for your e-bike, but hoping that folks can drop out and say hello. We'll bring more details to the table as time draws near. Thanks again for what you're doing.
Okay, Mac. You got any idea of timing of that? Run a little overtime there. It's 8:01. Don't forget about Rick's net, 7150 on the 40-meter band. And I'd like to thank everybody who did check in tonight and make the net a lot of fun. So 73 for now. We hope to be back following week on a Monday, 7 o'clock, same frequency. And until then, happy hunting. And stay well. VE3QEE clearing, and I'll be off the air.
V3LRL, VA3IMW, still with you. Timing for the Parks on the Air group event. That's the question, I think.
Yes, it is.
Well, the Saturday is likely going to be the day that we choose. So that's the 18th of April. It also corresponds with the Parks on the Air Support Your Parks weekend. So the people that come out and participate as activators will also get the benefit of Hunter Activator Support Your Parks reward in your POTA homepage. And typically we don't like to get started too terribly early, either because we're lazy or we're so we try to start up around 11 o'clock. So that means that people are going to be like up and at 'em and headed to the park. I usually get to the location about half hour ahead of time, and that allows us to pick a spot, start to set up, and then we start to watch the wonder develop as everybody throws up all kinds of antenna contraptions, because we try this, that, and the other. It's pretty exciting. Chris, VE3WPG, loves to string antennas through the trees. So he's out there throwing arborist bags through the tree limbs and stringing up lots of wire. Wade VA3NCA, he's got a Porta Performer, which is a vertical thing that works absolute marvels on 10 meters. So we always try to get a chance with that. And we have some other simpler things that we try, but nonetheless, everybody gets a chance to plug in this, that, and the other, and we make some good contacts. It's also a great chance for a bit of a face-to-face rag shoe, and everybody gets a chance to catch up with each other. Anyways, did I answer your question and then some?
Yes, you did. You may have given me the last piece of the puzzle I was looking for. So, part of the question that I had directed at Marty during the net was regarding a fellow named Chris who had been doing a photo activation.
NCFVHF. Repeater disconnected.
All right. So are you working the 70-meter side, or did I lose you? VE3LRL, VA3IMW.
VA3COF, I think he's over on the other side, mate.
All right. If he happens to pop in here, let him know that I'm going to QSY down to the 2-meter side of this.
Node VA3COF disconnected.
VE3LRL, VA3IMW. I think we were working two sides, and they cut off the umbilical cord. VE3LRL, VA3IMW. VA3LRL, VA3IMW. All right. Well, that brings our extended content to a close tonight. Thank you all for joining, and best wishes for a wonderful week. We'll be back tomorrow night with another edition of the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net, starting at 7 p.m. on the ZOE repeater. 7-3s, one and all. That's how we say goodbye.